Yep. Yo, welcome to the Ice Palace. Welcome to the Ice Palace. The Ice Palace. Ice Palace. Ice Palace. Bill's house. Tampa, stand up. Yo, welcome to the Ice Palace, chilling where the storm's at. Phil dropped the blueprint, boom, now the bolts flash. Bradley with the wrist shot, Pooper with the pad smash. Tampa got the thunder, better run when the lights crash.
Hey, Ice Palace, yeah, we keep it all cold. 92 roots, now the whole squad gold. Lightning in the building, legends never fold. Blue boat strike hard, watch the story unfold.
Phil Esposito walking in like a boss, selling ice in the heat. They thought he lost, but he flipped that swamp, froze it like a chain, turned palm trees into hockey fame. Bradley snipe goals, crowd go boom. Sister Ellie get gritty in the locker room. I'm a lick first pick, young kid can't quit. Grattan throwing hip checks harder than the drum kit. Pooper on fire, pad stump like bass. Expo hard rocking every seat in the place. We came from tents, from sweat, from grind. 92 baby.
Yeah, we built this mine.
Yo, welcome to the Ice Palace where the big dogs skate. Phil built the kingdom, now we dominate. Bradley with the sauce, Pooper shut the gates. Boats on attack, too fast, too great.
Hey, hey, Ice Palace, yeah, we keep it all cold. 92 roots, now the whole squad gold. Lightning in the building, legends never fold. Blue boat strike hard, watch the story unfold. Now fast forward, yo, the future's in stride. Angel with the slapper like, move to the side.
Pooch in the slot with the no-look dish. Make a goalie lose sleep, make a defense wish. Braden point bullet, skating like a blur. Headman crash walls, thunder when you hear him stir. Vasilevsky masked up, beast in the dome. Kicks out pucks like he's throwing stones, cones home. Now the old school meets the champions here. Ghosts in the rafters, players we revere. Phil's voice echoes like a hype man shout.
Feel the storm, never tap out.
Hey, Ice Palace rockin', better brace for the shake. Both blue.
Welcome to We.
Wow, that's a nice shooter. Let me have a look at it.
Whoops. The Thunder. My name is Rob Rashute. My friends call me Shooter. Let's try that again.
Wow, that's a nice shooter. Let me have a look at it.
I'm here with my friend Thomas Schooley, also a Tampa Bay Lightning fan. And this program is called We the Thunder, a Tampa Bay Lightning fan podcast, as the lawyers have told us. We've got some breaking news.
You see Michelle's comment there? For real this time.
Yeah, we had a false start. We came out of the gates and stumbled out of the gates. We've got breaking news. We've got a couple bad games to talk about. We've got a good game to talk about. We've got plenty to talk about. We're also going to grade some of our players, and we're also going to look around the NHL at the standings, at the stats, which we really haven't got a good chance to do yet this season. But first, the Lightning dropped the bomb on us. What was it, an hour and a half ago?
Yeah.
Stadium Series jerseys drop tomorrow.
It was funny because we had a conversation today, and you said, when are they going to announce these jerseys? And I said 6 weeks before. And I said, I don't know, I'll go home and figure it out. And then while I was actually looking at my calendar, I see the message come out from the Lightning that it's being announced tomorrow.
So here we go. We've got a little teaser clip. We're going to break down every fucking second of this clip right now. You know why? Because Carly didn't see it yet, and she's tuning in, so I want to make sure she sees it. So why wait? Let's jump into it. By the way, if you're joining us for the first time, this is a Tampa Bay Lightning podcast. We are on the Coastal Sports Network. Follow us on X. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on all of them. Maybe we'll follow you back. I used to try to follow everyone back on X, but I gave that up because a lot of you guys are following. Thank you. Also, I want to make sure we tease people to stick around till towards the end of the show. You will have a chance to get your hands on some of our Freeze the Bay Stadium Series jerseys at one of the games next week. I will have my truck with a whole bunch of them, and I will be giving them out before the game for free. Now, I say a whole bunch, but it's probably like 10. So stay tuned for that. I know a lot of you guys have already got some of them already. So thank you for that. Wear them to the game. Wear them to the game. That's why we want to give some out before the game so people wear them in. But yeah, Stadium Series. It's going to be here before we know it. Less than 2 months away. Let's go to the screen share here and go full screen and break this sucker down. Of course, my screen share stopped. Let's get it back on the screen. All right. This is the video that dropped not too long ago. Starts out, this is the opening frame. We're going frame by frame. This is like what, a 7-second video that they gave us. They really went all in with the. All right, so the first thing you see here, what is it, Thomas? We're going to spend the next hour breaking this down.
It looks like waves. I don't know.
I think it's smoke.
Is it?
Let's play.
Can you full
Let's play
screen
the
it?
whole thing. Let's play the whole thing, and then we'll go back.
Full screen it.
I can't. It's a portrait video. I can't full screen it.
Oh.
So let's play the whole thing. Yeah, that's
smoke.
And that's it. That's all we get. All right. So first scene here. It's like 3 scenes, right? First scene is the smoke rising. I don't have any idea where we're going with that. I guess that's just remnants of lightning strikes, right?
Or fire the cannons.
Fire the cannons. Okay, that makes sense. And then as the smoke clears, what I notice is a new lightning jersey color.
Yeah, baby blue, a light blue.
And you see it right here too. So is this on the chest or is this just a little side patch?
Well, you see there's lightning bolts coming from it. So it looks like that's sideways.
Realistic looking lightning. But there's a Tampa Bay Lightning bolt here. It looks like in the middle. Play a little bit more.
Right.
First, they don't show us anything. Let's go back to that. Like, that's got to be the bolt right here, right? That's our logo.
Like
So
someone said that could be the number. That could be, where they carve out the number there.
I don't think it's the number, because remember, Stadium Series Winter Classic, big numbers. We got to be able to see them from the 300 level. I think this is either patch on the side, new patch, or do they have the balls to make this the front of the jersey? It's kind of a weird shape too. Like, you can't even tell like what this. It almost looks like a shield type of shape here.
I think Michelle's right. I think that is a number.
All right, let's go. Let's go to the chat here. I'm trying to get caught up to where we are at. Kimberly Lynn's right on it. Jersey's coming out tomorrow. Give some shirts away at the LA. That is probably going to be the one. More to come later. I'll come back to the section. Can't wait. Scared of being disappointed by the jerseys. I'm right. I mean, if you don't like the jersey, don't buy it. It's fine. They're only going to wear it 1 or 2 times. Smoky jerseys, that would be cool. Yeah, maybe that smoke is more of a hint than we think. Remember the last black jerseys that kind of had that gradient to it?
Yeah.
The gray to black. Is that coming back?
I see Karen here says she thinks it's a number as well. I'm right, says lettering. Michelle said that's a number. I think if you look at that little corner right there, that is like the divot where the number is cut out.
Where? What do you
I
mean?
think that's
Like here?
the triangle, like right on the left-hand side in the middle of the screen at the top of that lightning bolt.
Right here. But why would they put a number on a patch?
No, I don't think it's a patch. I think that's the number. That's the bottom of the number. Hold on. Let me get a jersey.
Oh, the number has the lightning like in part of the design. I don't think it's that, because that's going to be really hard to see. And I guess if you have the white border, maybe not.
Yeah, I think it's something like there
It's the design
where the
inside.
where the number's been cut out, and that's the border of the number.
You guys all think it's a number. It will be Gasparilla themed. Ryan. All right. All right. So I'll buy it. You guys think it's a number. What number is that then?
I think it might be sideways, maybe 88.
I think you guys are wrong. I don't think it's a number. All right. This Gasparilla comment though. Here's the next part. More smoke, more lightning. You see what I see there?
Go back.
Right there.
Yeah.
That's a good shot of it. Those are beads.
Yep.
So that looks like, wait a minute. I just put this together. That looks like a sock.
Yeah.
They've got, okay, now I see where they're going with this. The socks have the bead stripe design. I don't like the bead thing.
Or is that could be the sleeve? That could be the sleeve.
But that fabric's like sock fabric.
Yeah.
You know, where it says, or the lettering, that's for the last thing we're talking about. I'm trying to catch up to you guys here with the beads. Karen, they said they're releasing it tomorrow. Oh, I don't know if
They said they'll actually be on sale. They'll probably go on pre-order tomorrow.
All right, Mishi's, you're with me. Sock for sure. That's sock fabric. That's not jersey fabric. You know I'm right. Doesn't like the bead thing either. You knew they were going to work in some sort of Gasparilla thing. Maybe the shoulder beads. I don't know if it's. I don't think that's shoulder jersey material. I don't think that's jersey material. I think it's a sock.
We're all going to look like idiots tomorrow. I mean,
no, I think we're on to it. I think this is the sock. I think the most shocking thing that we're seeing so far is the introduction of light blue.
Yeah.
That will be a first.
That's like the Rays blue.
Yeah. And it's not even, it's almost like this is kind of like a dark blue too. And if you go back.
Well, and on that second set of beads.
If you go back, you can't really see. Let's play the whole thing again. It kind of has, no, it's not really a gradient on that logo. So yeah, 12, 11, 25 is tomorrow. I was thinking this is a little bit of a gradient. It's darker, but no, it's just that blue.
Go back to that part where we think it's the number. Yeah, someone said that could be inside the collar.
Oh, they do like to do the inside the collar stuff. Well, it looks bigger than that though, but they could have the camera right up there. Oh, look. See the logo?
Yeah.
But where they really wanted to get us fucking going here, didn't they? So there's the good picture. I kind of like the actual realistic lightning. We never really had that on a jersey, right?
What was that?
Like this realistic lightning. We've never had that on a jersey.
No. Well, in those black storm ones we kind of did.
I don't know. They're not giving us much here. But yeah. Beads. I think we nailed it with the socks. The stripes on the socks are beads. And yeah, that's very Gasparilla. And you knew they were going to do some sort of Gasparilla. And I never thought they were going to do the skull and crossbones for this, because then you're changing the logo. Although, if you go back to the first one here, they might be changing the logo. So they kind of show it here. I think this is the middle, and they're barely showing us. That's the middle of this. And that's going to be right on the chest. And then, is this black?
No, that's what I was trying to find. I'm looking at it right now to see.
Yeah, skull and crossbones. I think if they put that out as a patch on the shoulder would be cool. I just don't see them putting that on their chest.
Well, we already know what the patch is for the Stadium Series. It's the boat.
Yeah, it's not as cool as the patch we made, which is not actually a patch. I was trying to find, like, I can't find a single person or company that makes patches in Tampa, and I don't want to have to spend all this money just to get a sample of a patch from a random website. So everyone that's been asking for the shirts that we did as a patch, I'm trying, but I'm not very confident we're going to be able to get one. Sticker, maybe.
Yeah, see now. I was able to stop it. Hold on, let me screenshot it and pull that picture up. There's that. So I think that is going to be the number.
I think that's the bolt. Well, at least we only have to wait one day.
Not even.
What?
even
Do
21
they have a time on here?
No.
Not
But they can wait until 9:30 at night.
true. And then it does fade to black here. You think it's a black jersey? I think this looks black. It almost looks like it's a dark blue though, doesn't it?
Yes.
Way to go, Lightning. Way to go.
I was looking to see if they've emailed the bolt for BFLs, but they have not yet.
Stadium Series logo may give away the colors, said Steven. Yeah, let's look. We're going to do a lot of screen sharing on this show.
Just don't worry about his history, guys.
Don't even look at it. Don't want to know.
Midgets make him look large.
So Steven might have a point here with the logo does have a lot of light blue and dark blue. But I think that's also where people were getting this. We're going to get a creamsicle version of the jersey because it does have creamsicle orange in it. I don't know. You might be right, Steven. Might be a little far-fetched, though. So, I don't know. Any other thoughts in the chat? Thomas, what do you think?
I think that's a number. I wish they were white again, but they're not going to be. Obviously, they're going to be. What day of the week is it on? Saturday or Sunday?
The game?
Yeah.
It's a Sunday.
So
Sunday night after Gasparilla. And for a second, I was thinking, is that lightning from the video? Like this bolt is added lightning from the video. Those bolts are definitely on the jersey.
right.
And then the smoke. The smoke's got to be a clue to something. Is it going to go from like a blue to black gradient? I think the smoke's trying to tell us something. Anyway, we've been spending about 20 minutes on this. So I guess we can move on. If you guys have any other theories in the chat.
Michelle said the smoke is a clue not to see it clearly.
Well, they did a good job with that. I didn't really notice that little peak here. See, it looks like you got the blue around the bolt here to me.
Play the whole thing just full regular speed.
One more time. This will be the 100th time I watch this in the last hour. One thing's clear. We're getting baby blue something on our jerseys.
There's baby blue on it.
Baby blue. We're the baby blue bolts. That's what this jersey will be known as, the baby blue bolts jersey. Well, that's exciting. Like I said, we were talking.
So whatever it is, it's already labeled as "shut up and take my money."
True. I like that, Sarah. All right, so we'll see tomorrow, depending on what time these drop and how busy my stupid real job is. I'll try to go live right after they get released, but it kind of depends on what time all this happens. All right, so jerseys coming out, cool, and that's just the reveal. We don't know when they go on sale yet. I'm sure that information is going to come out. If you remember the last Stadium Series jerseys or the last black jerseys that came out, a reverse retro, it's a freaking nightmare. It's a freaking nightmare when these jerseys come out. So get in line. Or become friends with a Bolts for Life person that is probably going to get first access. Hey, Adam's here in the chat. What's up, man? Is there black? I think the jersey's black. I think the jersey's going to be black. So, all right. Should we talk about the last week of Lightning hockey? Do we have to talk about the last week of Lightning hockey? It was not good.
Can we just talk about last night? That's it. No,
We should
no
just
I
talk
mean
about
it
last night.
wasn't terrible, but I mean, let's talk about the process. That's what I was asking everybody today. The process. This is
Trust the
all
process.
they've been preaching.
Trust the process.
All they've been
Eventually you're
preaching
gonna
during
win.
that 4-game. Yeah. During that 4-game loss, you saw that narrative pushed out by every single Twitter person, every single commentator, you had Randolph saying it, you had Engblom saying it, you had Eric Erelson saying it, you had Jay Retcher saying it, you had Benjamin Pierce saying it, you had Gabby Shirley saying it, you had the players saying it, and all that kept going was trust the process, trust the process. Well, the process, and this was after the 4-game, after the back-to-back losses, then the back-to-back shutouts. It was all trust the process, trust the process. Now we win, and there's nothing about the process brought up then. So, what do you think? What do you think this process
The
is?
process. The process is you're going to lose some games. I think
Right.
what they really kind of meant by that was if you look at these games that we've lost, going back to the first Islanders game, we didn't play bad. We just couldn't freaking score. And I don't think, and by the way, if you're new to this show, we kind of break it down week by week, Wednesday to Wednesday. So we're really looking at the last 4 games on this show. But if you go back to the Penguins game, yeah, they played bad for the first 2 periods. We were down 3 goals. I was there. I felt like we were coming back the whole time. And of course, we came back, and then the crappy call at the end, Toronto calls down after Cooch scores with under a minute left to tie the game. And I felt like if we made it to overtime, we're going to win that game because we had all the momentum. And then Toronto slams the door shut because somebody wings the puck around the boards, and Brandon Hagel puts his hand up, and it goes off of his hand, and the NHL decides that's a hand pass.
And we see the Florida Panthers do it the very next night, and their goal was allowed still.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable that they called in and decided to take that off the board. So, yeah, out of all of the last 4 games, that was the worst one because Pittsburgh was working.
I agree. Horrible call, but we shouldn't have gotten in that predicament. You shouldn't have gave up 4 goals.
Yeah.
When you give up 4 games, when you give up 4 goals, you're supposed to lose that game anyway.
Yeah, too little, too late. But the way I mean, it was a buzz in the arena, leaving that arena. I don't remember leaving a game where so many people were that pissed off. I guess you can go back to when our seasons have basically ended in the playoffs the last couple of years because we can't win the playoffs at home for some reason. But I mean, it was just buzzing after that game because people were pissed at what had just happened. But overall, didn't play that horrible. Then the Islanders come to town, and it's the Sorokin Show 2.0. It's the same thing that happened when I went to the game in New York last week. I thought we outplayed them for most of the game, but they scored and we couldn't. And we had the chances to. And you look at the Toronto game, and it's the same thing. I felt like we outplayed them, just couldn't score any goals. And it was like any rebounds were not on our stick. You know, we had the puck multiple times on both Islanders game and the Toronto game, you know, buzzing around the goal mouth where you're so close to scoring, and they just were not going in. So both.
With Sorokin, the scouting report was shoot high. The Bolts did not shoot high on him. They kept shooting high. When they did shoot high, they missed the net. So then we see last night's game, Radish zipped that one right past his head. I'm like, where's those high shots at? Those are what you needed for Sorokin that we did not get on either of those games.
Yeah. The other thing that happened in that Toronto game was Gonzalez got ejected for a knee-to-knee hit. Toronto fans are really mad. He's like enemy number one there now. What did you think of that hit? Because it it went knee to knee, but it didn't look like he was trying to. And if he wanted to, he could crush the guy.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was trying to injure the guy. Knee to knee is very... I don't think a lot of people do knee to knees on purpose because you can get just as injured as they do on the knee to knee. That's one of the worst injuries to have. A lot of times you see both players get injured and out of the game. So it didn't look to me like he was doing it on purpose. But he got ejected.
Yeah. And that's a dangerous play. And I've had that happen to me, and I've kind of done it by accident because it's almost a natural reaction to stop the guy when you know you're getting beat. But that was a weird play. And then we see Bobby McCann he got a 1-game suspension for hitting Bjorkstrand in the head after that play. Hopefully, maybe he knocked some goals into Bjorkstrand's head after hitting him. I'm joking around because Bjorkstrand seemed fine after that. I don't think he was concussed or anything like that. But yeah, 2-0 loss to Islanders, 2-0 loss to Toronto. And then I was thinking about it all day on Tuesday. I was like, I need to put like all my money in the Lightning winning tonight because there's no way that we are not going to score goals in this game. And of course, and I was very happy, very, very happy with the first goal scorer. You remember who that was?
Yes, Braden motherfucking Point.
Yes, awesome goal by Braden Point. And this was another one of those games where it was... And then, who scored the next one? Oh, Holmberg scored.
Holmberg, yes.
His second goal of the season. By the way, that was only Point's fourth goal of the season, so we got to get him going. Holmberg. Then before you know it, Cooch. Can't take
The
that
only
one.
difference was this was played in Montreal, so we didn't hear that horn at all.
We heard their shitty horn. The Stews. Radish.
In his hometown. Wait, the Stew in his own hometown.
Oh, he's a Montreal guy.
What I did not like after the game, he had probably about 50 people there. I think I saw on the video after the game, and the Lightning put out this video. If you look at him, he's coming out to greet all of his family and friends. He's got a large ice pack wrapped around his whole hand, his whole right hand. So I'm hoping everything's okay there. I'm hoping it's just icing it down. But he does come out to the crowd of all of his friends and family wearing a huge ice pack around his right hand.
What a moment. And he did get a little national recognition on NHL Network last week,
Yep.
which was good to see. And I wonder how much guys like him and Radish played into the trade we saw this week.
The defenseman going bye-bye.
Roman Schmidt, our what was he, third, fourth round pick from a couple years ago, we traded for Ethan Sampson. Both defenders, both about the same age, same draft class, but Roman Schmidt's a big defenseman, and Sampson, he's a big guy, he's 6'2", but smaller defenseman.
Scorer.
Yeah, an offensive defenseman. I wonder if we're starting to see a little bit of a shift in philosophy by JBB. Mosier, you can put in that speedy, maybe not offensive, but a speedy defenseman. In today's NHL, sure, you need toughness. We've seen that in the playoffs, but you got to keep up with all these scorers, and you got to be fast on defense, and you got to have guys that contribute.
When that trade was announced, I was actually driving home from work and listening to the Lightning Audio Network pregame show with Benjamin Pierce, Bobby Cheap Taylor, Eric Erelson, and Greg Leonelli. And they asked about it, and Eric said that they just didn't see Smith had a good training camp, but never really got the skating down that they wanted. Coming from, I guess his mommy and his dad were both figure skaters, and so he had the pedigree, but he never really got the skating down. They knew he could fight, and then Chief came back and said to him, that the Lightning were going more towards a scoring defenseman rather than a tough defenseman.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. And the other thing involved with that is Schmidt is a restricted free agent at the end of the season. So I guess they figured we were going to lose him anyway. We weren't going to re-sign him.
Right.
So I thought Schmidt looked pretty good. And I went to the prospect camp and noticed him a little bit in preseason, but obviously the Lightning decided that they were going to move on. And I don't know. I like the idea of getting these speedier defensemen, some guys that can contribute offensively. Ethan Sampson, you look at his stats and you look at some of his highlights, he looks pretty good. So we'll see if he pans out. I mean, both these guys might never play consistently in the NHL at all. But that was an interesting trade that kind of came out of left field.
And they actually, Samson and Santini got in a huge fight a couple years ago. That YouTube video, the Lightning actually tweeted out, or the Crunch did, one of the two.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So now they're going to play together.
Yes. It showed them getting in a big old fight when they were San Jose and somebody else. And then it has them knuckling, saying welcome, meet each other.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'm going to be tracking him down at in Syracuse. You know what we need? We need to get a guest who really knows the Crunch, because I would like to talk to somebody that watches most of their games and can give us a little bit more insight to what to look for in the future, because we continue to have the injuries mount. We didn't even mention yet, Vassie's on IR. He'll be eligible to play again soon because it's retroactive to when he got injured.
Tuesday.
But not a good sign. JoJo played all 4 of these games since our last podcast, and besides the Penguins game, played pretty good. Can't really blame JoJo.
And did the back-to-back. Played both back-to-back games. Yeah, and does that look bad on Halvey, or
no. I wanted to see him play. I wanted to see.
Or was that just they wanted to get a confidence boost on JJ? Because from what I'm hearing, JJ was supposed to start that game. against Montreal. That was scheduled his regular start. It was supposed to be Vasi against Toronto and JoJo against Montreal. So he had already planned to be that starter for that game.
You know
So
why
I
I
wonder.
think he played though? Because he played so well against Toronto. We lost 2-0, but one was an empty net goal. He only let in one
Right.
goal.
hmm
So he deserved a couple more wins this week. And I don't know. I guess we'll see how it pans out with Vasi, which kind of sucks because he had been playing well. And then of course Hedman, which by the way, we're not winning games with Hedman in the lineup. I saw the chat earlier. I think it was I'm right, talking about possibly trading Hedman. I don't think they're going to do that.
They can't. No move clause.
But he goes out in the second period last night and doesn't come back. So we'll see how long it takes him to get back. I think the good news for the Lightning is, what's the rush? Darren Radish has been playing amazing with Mosier. You got DeSuze who continues to play well. So let these guys play. Why rush him back? I don't know what McDonough's status is. Have you heard anything on him?
No, I thought last I heard was after the new year. And real quick, Leah, yes, Smith was the one that got in the fight with Hagel out of the camp. Cross-checked him from the back in the back.
Oh, I didn't realize that. All right, well, he's a goner. He's dead dust. What was I going to say? McDonough blocked a shot with his foot, right? That's how he originally got hurt. So he broke his foot, right? He broke his foot.
Yeah.
He'll be out a month and a half, maybe 2 months.
He's been out longer than that.
Has it been that long? So he should be coming back soon. A broken foot usually can heal pretty quickly. You've seen guys come back within 2 months. Not to sidetrack us or anything, because the Bucks have a huge game tomorrow. But like, how the heck is Mike Evans coming back from a broken clavicle possibly tomorrow? Like, you're crazy, bro. But good luck to the Bucks and Mike Evans, and McMillan might be back too. So Bucks really need to win tomorrow.
November 8th is when he got injured. So a month.
I'm guessing we'll see him in January. Because again, why rush him back unless we get another injury on the defensive side? Crozier's played well, I think. Mosier's just consistent. So let these guys do their thing. Let these guys get some ice time and some experience, because we're going to have more guys get injured to the playoffs. We've seen the last several years when we've only been in one round of the playoffs, you see the long list of injuries, which makes me think, like, do we need to turn over our medical staff and our trainers? Because think about it. That list after the playoffs last year, we didn't even make it through round one. And we had a list like we played 4 rounds. And then this year, we can't keep anyone healthy. I mean, what do you do? Is that just bad luck?
It's all across the league, though. I mean, you're seeing stars from every team. And, I mean, and we're here in Tampa, so we hear about the ones that aren't stars, too. But if you look at all these teams, they all have injury reports like it's a football game. That they all got all these injuries going around.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't really pay too much attention to the other injuries, but if you think about teams we've played, almost all of them have had some sort of major player out when we've played them. So anyway, something to keep an eye on. Let's shift gears here. Are you ready to get judgy? Are you ready to take these kids to school? That was not the sound effect I was going for. I was going for the school bell.
You're 0 for 2 on sound effects tonight.
I need someone to just join the show and do sound effects for us, because I can't do everything at once. I'm trying to share my screen. I'm trying to do sound effects. Let's get judgy, though. Let's talk about how we think the Bolts are doing so far this season. To do that, we've got to do another screen share here. Once again, we need a producer. Let's go right down the lineup. Let's start with Ollie. If you were going to grade Ollie on a scale of A to F this season, what are you giving him? 10 points in 30 games.
D.
I'm giving him an F. This guy's got to do better. I wish they had contract details on here so we could see what he's making. But
I saw though the other night he didn't get credit for assists, but he was in on that. Was it the point goal or one of the? Maybe it was Radish's goal. He would have gotten, if there was a third assist, he would have gotten the third assist. There's a couple times where he's been the one that has set it up to end up getting it there. So I
need 20 goals from this guy, okay? And he's got 2. And he's had a lot of chances, and he's getting power play time. That's why I'm giving him an F. I love the guy. I'm hoping he's just on a bad streak right now, and he's going to turn it around. I got faith in you, Bjorkstrand. Hold on. I missed Kyle's comment here. Hedman was at his kids' preschool prior to the comeback and had quite the
He says it's a wrist injury
on his wrist. Okay.
Bjorkstrand makes $5.4 million, and he's a UFA at the end of this season.
So, yeah, this might be his last season here because we're not going to overpay for him to stay here and not produce 10 points in 30 games. And I wonder in his career, his career, he's had 654 games, 394 points. So his career overall has been better, right, than scoring in 1/3 of the games or contributing in 1/3 of the games. And I guess he's always been a bad plus-minus player. That's not very likely. So, all right, well, Ollie, any other grades there? I see Steven says D, not Bjorking it. And then, I'm right. Bjorkstrand is garbage. He's giving him a G for garbage. Another garbage trade by JPP. Hey, got Yanni in that trade. Can't really complain that much.
And Scott Saberin was recalled from Syracuse Crunch.
Yeah, I love that guy. I'm a fan of that guy. A lot of people are saying put him in the lineup versus Douglas because at least he can fight. Douglas cannot fight. He needs to stop fighting.
Yes. I said that a couple weeks ago, and you were like, calm down. Yeah. No,
you're 100% right. He did it again against Pittsburgh.
I mean, he would whoop my ass, I'm sure, but maybe not. I might be able to get a reach on him, but he's horrible. Stop fighting.
He would knock us both out.
You're not Remke. You are not Remke.
Man. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Anthony Cirelli missed a little bit of time. 26 games played, though. 9 goals, 9 assists. On pace again for 20 goals. I'm giving Cirelli a B+.
$6.25 million. He's got 6. He isn't a UFA until 2030. I give him a C+.
I will say the one thing that drives me nuts about him, and this is from that first Islanders game last week, is he gets a lot of chances in some games. And if he actually scored on those chances, he would already be at 20 goals this season. But he's not. I don't think he's a natural goal scorer, though. I think he's an all-around two-way offensive player, and you need a center like that on your team. He does pretty well at faceoffs, so there you go. Steven's the only.
I think if we didn't have Hagel, I think Cirelli would be up in that top spot where Hagel is, and would be tearing it up like Hagel did.
C for Sorelli, Steven says. So there you go. Steven's an expert too. He's GM. He's a GM in his own right. Here's our favorite fighter, Curtis Douglas. 2 assists. He was really close to getting a goal on, I forget which game it was. I think it was the Islanders game on Saturday. Very close to getting a goal. +2, not getting a ton of ice time, 23 minutes. Are you tired of this guy yet? Can you even give him a grade?
I say a C. He's $775,000 a UFA after this year. UFA G6 after this year. So I give him a C. If he stops fighting, I think he was doing all right.
But that's kind of his role. He's kind of like that fourth line enforcer that doesn't enforce very well.
Right.
But maybe scares some people. I don't know. I guess you're right. I'm giving him a C- though, because I need more contribution offensively, even from my fourth liner. Jack Finley is getting a lot of opportunities this season.
And is the guest on the podcast
Block Party today.
Block Party that was released today. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out after this one.
So
$775,000 for the next 3 years, RFA in 2028-29.
Yeah,
I
played
give
less
him a
games,
C.
11 games.
I give him a C.
Same. Yeah, I want to see a little bit more from him, but it's tough for these fourth line guys because when you're not playing that much, I feel like it's tough to get going.
Right.
And he's not playing that much. But overall, he's a +1, so he's not a minus. 2 points, 1 goal, 1 assist. Could be better. Again, we do need, if we're going to win a Stanley Cup, we've got to get these guys on the fourth line scoring goals. We missed some grades for Douglas. He says he's a C. All right, let's go to the next one here. That is Ferguson. 23 games played, 5 goals. He has 5 goals this season?
Yeah.
6 points, and -1. I give him a B- this season. I feel like he's present. I feel like every game I notice he's doing something good.
I give him a B, and his contract is, I just had it, 850,000. He's a UFA 27-28. I think he has a loud voice in that locker room. It seems like he is well liked by the team, and when he scores, it really seems like the team rallies behind him.
Yeah. And he seems to be in the right place at the right time. He gets a lot of chances.
Yeah.
Like, remember last season, he really couldn't buy a goal. I think he scored maybe 5 all season. But he had a ton of opportunities. I like this comment. Can you just give everyone a C and call it? No, we cannot. You're going to have to sit through all of this. Maybe we'll just do the offense tonight because I do want to talk about some other stuff. Gage Goncalves. F. Ooh.
F.
I'm not going to be that harsh. I'm going to give him a D.
F.
Mainly for his awesome kneeing that he did in Toronto to piss off the Toronto fans.
There's what the F stands for.
Wait, say it again?
Where the fuck have you been?
Ooh, wow.
1.2 million for the next 2 seasons and RFA in 2027, 2028.
Yeah, I wanted to see him get to 20 goals this season because he had 8 last season, but do you feel like there's any chance he's going to do that?
No, not a chance in hell.
Yeah, so there you go. Not a C from us. He's getting a failing grade. But remember, we're only a quarter, maybe a third into the season. So these guys...
He's having that sophomore slump.
True. He could bounce out of it. Mr. Yanni Gord, fan favorite, 5 goals, 5 assists, 10 points in 30 games. Same as Bjorkstrand. He's a +3. My problem
Two
with
point 2.33 million UFA in 2031 or
my problem
2030.
with Yanni, and let me know if it's the same for you, is I feel like games will go by and I don't even realize he played in the game.
I think you can always get a good hit from Yanni. I think you'll always see a good hit on along the boards from Yanni and a good pass from Yanni. Other than that, I think you're right. He does kind of disappear, but I still give him a C plus.
I'm with you. I was gonna go C plus too. Well, you know I'm right as a Yanni fan. A B plus, and he got an A. Okay,
Wow.
I think he's just such a fan favorite. I think he's just a good guy to have on the team.
He is. He is.
Jake Gensel, 14 goals, 15 assists, 29 points in 30 games. He's a point per game player pretty much his whole career. Jake's an A from me.
9 million UFA in 2031.
Gosh,
A
that seems
plus.
like a lot of money.
A plus.
He's worth it though. He's worth the 9.
Yeah. The only thing I wish that you got more from Jake is more talk from him. He seems to be that quiet one that just scores and then that's it. But I think he needs to use his voice more.
All right. Well, there we go. And hopefully we'll hear soon. I'm sure he's going to be on Team USA. So hopefully.
Oh yeah.
I'm really been eyeballing. If anyone wants to get me a Christmas present, been eyeballing those new Team USA jerseys, and there's only one player that I would get.
Yeah.
There you go.
Same. So if someone wants to get us matching for all this entertainment we do for you guys.
What if somebody got us both Kachuk? You get Brady. I don't know if I can wear it. I just can't. I'll cheer for them.
I would whoop their ass.
It's such a dilemma. And then you got to cheer against this guy in the Olympics. I'm really torn by the Olympics, especially with their little rink that they're using. Which, by the way, we won't even notice that rink's short. It's all going to be in the neutral zone. Nobody's going to notice, but it is kind of weird. Hagel, 29 games played, 29 points, 17 goals, 12 assists, A plus for Brandon Hagel for me. No doubt.
6.50 UFA in 2032. A plus. A plus. Think right now he's the MVP of the team.
Totally agree. There's nobody better on this team than him right now. I mean, Nikita Kucherov might take off his skate and stab me if I said that in front of him, but
I don't think anybody even has as much heart as Hagel does. I think you have seen this team as Hagel goes, so does this team.
yeah. And you know what's crazy? He started off so bad.
Yep.
And so did the team. Yeah. So, all right, who else? We got an A plus from Steve. Gets an A. Yeah, I think we're all on the same page there. With Hagel. Holmberg finally had another goal last night, second of the season. 5 assists, 7 points, a +5 in 23 games. Holmberg, to me, gets a B plus.
1.55 million UFA in 2027, 2028. I say a B plus. I said to you earlier a couple weeks ago that he was one of my surprise players of the year. His name's called a lot, whether or not he's on that score sheet. I think his name gets called a lot because he's not scared to take it to the net, and he gets in a lot of those plays. Not all the time does they go in, but he definitely takes those shots.
Yeah, I like him. You know I'm right. Gives him the C plus. Injuries. Yeah, he's missed a couple games, but I think overall good pickup. I think Toronto is probably missing him so far this season.
Okay.
Dominic James came out of nowhere. Did get scratched the other night. 5 points, 19 games played. You're probably not going to agree with this, but I'm giving him a C.
I give him a D. 910,000 RFA in 2027, 2028. I just think he hasn't lived up to his hype. I think he'll grow into it. I think if he got more ice time, but I think he would do better for us down in Syracuse.
Yeah, I like the way he plays and the grit and the hustle, and we need guys like him. But at the end of the day, you got to produce. You got to score more goals.
No, he was a healthy scratch.
Yeah, he's a healthy
The
scratch.
last game, I write said he wasn't scratch, he was hurt. The last game, he was a healthy scratch, and you see him in the tunnel uh, giving everybody a high five when they came back.
Young guy though, so no reason to give up on him yet. He'll continue to get ice time unless you're in charge, and then we will move him down. Yeah, we're only going to do forwards. Nikita Kucherov. Where's Kuchat? 13 goals, 23 assists, 36 points in 27 games played. He's a +7.
What do you say?
It's an easy A for me.
Not for me.
Why?
B minus, maybe C plus. I just think he hasn't done his potential, and you see him pouting again. I think he just started getting back into the old Kucherov. If you look at those 7 games that we started at the beginning of the season, he was moping and pouting. We can't just go by what have you done for me lately. If you're going by these first 30 games, I don't think he's been the Kucherov he's been before. I think he's just now starting to get into his groove.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been like that though. When something doesn't go his way or he doesn't like what's happening, don't be surprised if Kucherov gets a dumb penalty. And he should have got one. I think it was last night where he took someone down after a play he didn't like. So I don't know. I don't think you can give Kuch anything less than an A for putting up 36 points in 27 games. He's by far the most skilled and talented player on our team. But imagine if he had kind of that heart hustle and grit that you see from Brandon Hagel.
Right.
Then you have numbers like Nate McKinnon, I think. But that's the style of player he is, and we're lucky that we get to watch him. That's for sure. All right, this should be a controversial one. Nick Paul, he's still sitting at 99 career goals. He needs one more. It's going to happen here.
B plus.
B plus in 11 games, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points, half a point a game. I give him a B. I'm with you on the B, but no plus from me. We need him to come in a little bit more clutch in some of these games. We need that goal.
The game he came back in, he tied the game.
I know, that's what I'm talking about. But what happened to the other 10 games?
Well, he's scored one other and had 4 more assists. So 5 out of the 10.
Listen, he better get to 20 goals like he did last time. That's what I expect from him. So B plus from you, B from me. We got a B in the chat. We got a C plus.
Got B's in the chat. B's in the trap.
And yeah, this is a good point here by I'm right. He's only played 11 games, so kind of early to be judging.
I thought he brought a spark to that team, and we did see the season start turning around when he came back.
Braden Point, 23 games played, 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points in 23 games. So this is his worst season so far. To me, it's a D.
C minus.
C minus from you, D from me. Plenty of time to rebound and really take off, and he can easily still get to 30, 40 goals. But for him to be at 4 goals at this point of the season, if we were talking about it our first episode of the season, I think we'd all be like, what happened?
Yesterday, you see, if you watch the replay of his goal yesterday, when he's skating away after the goal, you can see him mouth, fuck yeah. And, I'm right saying mentally, I think Pointer has been known to be that person that is always in his head. And this has been said about him his whole career, and he's always been streaky, where he starts getting into these funks and he gets in his head. And then once he starts scoring, they just keep on coming. So I would expect now him to start getting into that scoring.
I hope so. We will see what happens with him in the future. But yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be crazy for him to go on a 10-game scoring streak. Maybe not goals, but scoring streak.
It sucks that you're not doing two of the players that probably deserve some of the best grades, and that is Destu and.
All right, you want to do D real quick? Because we don't need to do Scotty here. He's only played 4 games. Let's do D real quick.
I mean, JJ Moser, Destu, and then you got Radish. Probably 3 of the best players that have played this season. I mean, Moser, I don't think
All right, we're
he's
gonna
finally
go through him. You can give your spiel.
don't do Chernak. Don't do Chernak.
Chernak's incomplete at 19 games because he's out now.
Yeah, he's on the LTIR.
So he'll be back for the playoffs. Oh wait, you can't do that anymore. All right, fine. We'll skip Chernak, but not a great start for him. But obviously,
Don't do Hetty. He doesn't play either.
how about Max Crozier? He's only played 12 games. Do you want to give him a grade?
No, D. Next.
D. I'd give Crozier a C plus. All right, here's your golden boy. Here we all go in A. 23 games played, 3 goals.
For sure. For sure.
Assists, 9 points, but obviously this guy makes an impact when he's on the ice. I
think
an A minus.
the surprise of the season, right there.
Can he continue to do it though? He makes mistakes every game, and
He's been
kind of
defenseman
lucky.
of the year in every single league he has been in, and he will not get any kind of votes for that this year because of who he's behind on this Tampa Bay Lightning team. But every single league he's been in, he's been defenseman of the year.
But is that just because he scores so much? He's such an offensive
No,
player?
because he's a good defenseman.
All right. Well, you're just going straight A.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a fun one.
Right.
Lilleberg.
Oh.
You can't look at this. Oh, he's a +8 right now in 30 games, 2 goals, 4 assists.
Yeah, you can thank Moser for that, and
No, he's not playing with Mosier. They got Radish playing with Mosier now.
yeah,
He's
Who's he
playing with
with?
Crozier, and that's his guy. They had played together in the past on this team. I think you have to give Lilleberg at least a B, and I'm going to give him a B. And you know what? Like I said, since I met him, he's played even better.
I would say a B because he stopped taking those stupid penalties.
That's true. You have not seen him like doing these crazy penalties, but look at him now. He's at 143 games played now. He's shooting the puck more. He's making smarter plays. I want to give. You know what? I'm giving him a B plus. What do you think about that, Bolts fans?
They think you're crazy. No,
Wait, the numbers
most
just
people are saying B. Some say C. Most are saying B.
What'd you give him?
A B.
Way better. Way better. That's the point. He's getting better. And you got to let these guys play. That's how you get better. I just had this speech with my daughter after her basketball game. Doesn't happen automatically. Ryan McDonough, we can't do. Played 15 games, 3 goals. He scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Dang. Offensive powerhouse here. JJ Mosier, for me,
A plus.
it's an A all day, plus 15, just 1 goal. I'd like to see a couple more goals from him, but that's not his role. 6 assists. I'd like to see a couple more assists. 7 points in 28 games, but this guy's just a baller. We're lucky to have him.
A plus. A plus.
A plus from you, A from me. The chat's saying, well, we're
That was
doing
McDonough.
McDonough in the chat. Mosier's got the A. Yeah, I think Mosier's an easy A for most of you guys. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. And then Radish,
A.
I'll tell you what, I'm giving him the plus. I'm giving him the A plus. 24 games played. Wasn't playing at the beginning of the season when we sucked. 5 goals, needs to shoot the puck more, has pretty much, I think, permanently taken over on the power play. 15 assists, 20 points in 24 games. This guy might get votes for Norris if he keeps it up.
Yeah. Listen, we talked about it last time. Chief was saying that he is like getting a free agent at the beginning of the season, because this is someone that you thought you knew how he played, and then you gave him a chance, and it's a totally different Darren Radish. And so they said it's like a great surprise, and like getting a free agent from years past.
Again, look at that number. 200 games played. We've seen Lilleberg now at the 150 mark. He's at the 200 mark. What do you do, though? He's a unrestricted free agent at the end of this season, correct?
Yeah.
Does JBB change his ways? And I say change his ways, but he just did it with McDonough.
Right. He just did it with McDonough.
And sign him now before he scores 20 goals and gets 50 points. Because if they wait, he's just going to go to the highest bidder, as he should.
Yeah, only making $975K.
He's going to get paid just based on these first 24 games. So do you do it now?
You try.
But he's probably no, I'm waiting, because know he's going to get better off.
You think his camp is like, okay, let's talk? I don't know.
There's no way. I mean, unless it's one of those things where he just wants to be here. This is his second time back here. But he's going to be one of those guys where he's going to have people bidding for his services in the offseason based on what he's done in just 24 games this season, which is crazy. And yeah, hardest shot in the NHL. And you've seen some nice goals from him the last couple of games. So nice. All right, we don't need to do goalies. That's a whole hot mess in itself.
Yeah.
Should we? We're at an hour right now. Should we call it? Do you want to do you want to look around the league, or should we just call it?
Let's talk about upcoming games. I will not be here next week with Shooter. Shooter will have a guest, and I will not be on. We are both planning on going to Saturday's game, I believe. So if you see us on Saturday, but going around just upcoming games for the Lightning, we're
doing a screen share night. Sorry for the people listening, just the audio version of this. Hey, leave a comment and a 5-star rating, please. But you should check us out live sometime. Or you can just go on YouTube and Facebook and pull up the video replay and listen that way. Here's the
So we got New Jersey away in New Jersey. We got the third game in a week and a half against the Islanders coming up on Saturday. They're going to play Sorokin. So then we get the game against the Florida Panthers.
Monday night hockey in Tampa.
Monday night in Tampa. Sorry. And then we get Thursday. We have the Kings coming in. Then we have Carolina on the 20th. That's the game I'll be at. You're talking about going Thursday, right?
I think I'm going to go Thursday. But yeah, I can't go Saturday. I'll be gone.
The 22nd, because I won't be. Well, 22nd is home against the Blues. Then I won't be. Then literally, they're off for that Christmas break. Now they play the Florida Panthers on the 27th. The reason why we play the Panthers on the 27th is the league rules for the Christmas break. They are not allowed to travel on the 26th. So the Lightning have to leave in the morning of the 27th, which they'll probably practice here in Tampa for their morning skate, get on their flight, and head down to Sunrise. And then be able to check into... No, what did I hear? They usually don't even check into a hotel. They just go straight to the arena if they have time for naps, they will get a hotel and be able to get their naps in, go to the arena, and then check out and come right back home. On the games on the 27th, there are always teams that are. It has to be a team within, I think, a 3-hour flight or something from the team, for them to be able to play each other. That's part of the CBA. It has to be so many miles or so many hours because they're not allowed to travel until the morning of the 27th.
Well, there you go. They're not going right down 75.
So you're going to see a lot of, on the 27th, you're going to see a lot of teams that are playing like neighbors. Let me just pull up the schedule real quick.
By the way, I think the Bucks play the 28th against the Dolphins in South Florida. So Tampa sports fans, if you want to take a little post-Christmas trip down to South Florida, you can get a couple sports in while you're down there. I'm actually thinking about doing that. Probably.
Yeah, these are the games for the 27th. Lightning and Panthers, Rangers and Islanders, Bruins and Sabres, Senators and Maple Leafs, Capitals and Devils, Red Wings and Hurricanes, Wild and Jets, Predators and Blues, Blackhawks Stars, Ducks Kings, Oilers Flames. So yeah, they're all in proximity of each other. Avalanche, Golden Knights.
So what's going to happen here for the next week? We got Devils, Islanders, Panthers, all pretty tough matchups.
All tough, but all winnable. They got to do something with Sorokin.
I know that's the one game I feel like I worry about the most. I think they're going to go 2-1.
Yeah, who do you think they lose to?
The Islanders. I've never seen a team that I feel like gets in its own head so much. And I feel like that's this team against Sorokin right now. Unless there's some sort of miracle where the Islanders play Friday night, which is not going to be the case because our game's 3:30 New York Saturday. Yeah, and who knows, maybe they change everything up and somehow crush Sorokin on the 13th, but I just don't see it happening. I could see we do well against the Devils, although I think they're pretty healthy right now. And then the Panthers is always just a coin flip. I feel like sometimes they come here and whoop our ass. Sometimes we go down there and whoop their ass. And I don't know. I feel like we got their number this year.
So, by the way, next 3 weeks, the 31st is when Team Canada has to have their, and it might be all teams, have to have their team announced. Do you think Cirelli and Hagel make it?
Yes.
I don't think Cirelli does.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I think Hagel. I just think there's too many for Canada. I don't know. Yeah, all teams have to be December 31st.
Just have a team of superstars, though. And you know what worked really well for Canada in last year's tournament? Cirelli and Hagel worked really well for them. So I'm not. I'd be fine if he doesn't make it, to be honest with you, because let him rest. Let our guys rest so they're ready to go. Our Russians we know are going to be rested. So I'm fine with him not making it. I'll be disappointed. But I think Coop's got a say in this. And I would think that Coop's going to vote for his guy versus these young guys that aren't quite as gritty as...
That's the other thing is that do we get a Marty St. Louis situation if Hagel and Cirelli are not on the team?
What do you mean?
You know, Marty was upset when he was not picked for Team Canada when Yzerman was the GM. Now you have JB as the GM.
Cirelli's going to make it and then or not going to make it and then demand a trade. I mean, I'm sure he'd be very upset, right? You don't always get this chance. You never know if it's going to be another 4 years, and you never know if they're even going to have NHL players in the Olympics, especially with Italy fucking this whole thing up. And Yeah, I'm sure Sorelli would be super disappointed, but hey, he at least got to play in Four Nations, which he won that. But yeah, you're right. Hagel's a lock for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you would think Four Nations was a precursor. You would take the whole team minus any injuries. That could be where Sorelli might get in, is where he has some, there might be some injuries for the team. So I, I just don't know if he's playing the caliber game that he was last year when he was picked for the Four Nations. And by the way, I don't know if they're online or anything. John Cooper yesterday was interviewed by the Montreal media. And let me tell you, the things he said about Marty St. Louis and his coaching and the comparison that he sees from when he first started coaching the Lightning and Marty St. Louis in Montreal, that it was such good compliments from Coop, and like class act person with the Montreal people yesterday. They even asked him why did he feel like he should have challenged that goal from Montreal for offsides. Did he not challenge it because of the fact that they were up 5-1, or they didn't believe it was offsides? And he just totally blew by that question and didn't want to answer it. But he said how your process is you got to make the playoffs, and Montreal did that last year. Then you got to win one round, and then you have to win multiple rounds. Then you have to make it to the Stanley Cup. Then you have to win the Stanley Cup. And he said, and getting to that Stanley Cup is much more difficult than not getting to the Stanley Cup. So it was a real good interview. I don't know if it's out there, but it was a real good interview with Coop in Montreal.
I think it was the same interview where he had some interesting comments about the parity of the league this year, and how it could be a team might make the playoffs by just having like 80 points, under 90 points, which is pretty interesting.
Well, Montreal went from being in first place yesterday to almost out of the playoff spot after the loss yesterday.
Yeah, our division's just stupid right now. And again, 1 through 8 is how this should fucking be. But we're going to let people in the Metropolitan make playoffs that shouldn't. Although maybe we're the weaker side of the equation because we're all at 500, basically. Actually, we're all above 500. But
you have 3 teams in the Metropolitan that are more points than anybody in the Atlantic: the Capitals, the Hurricane, and the Islanders. But the best teams in the league, the Avalanche and the Stars, 49 and 47 points.
Way ahead. Yeah.
Yes, way above the rest of the league.
Got to do it all year though. We're not even at the new year, so
yeah. 1/3, a little over 1/3 of the way done.
Is that what it's at? 1/3?
Yeah, we're at 30 games. So
yeah, I can do math too.
It takes you a little while.
All right. Well, hey, mark your calendars. January 13th. We want you guys to come to the watch party at Orange County Chopper Roadhouse. Awesome place. If you've never been there, worth the drive. If you're in Tampa, it's right over the bridge, so it's not like it's that far. The place is freaking awesome. I'll post some pictures of it later this week and some more details about some of the specials they'll have going on. But we're a month away from that, a little over a month away. We want to make sure everybody comes and joins us for the Penguins game. It obviously is an away game, but we'll get some revenge for that horrible Toronto overturn. We've already got several people who have RSVP'd, and actually I'll put it in the chat and of course the notes for you podcast listeners. I would love some people that just listen to the podcast to come and tell us what you think. But I'll put that in the chat right now. For the Facebook, it does help us if you can let us know that you're coming so we can get a good idea of how much space we need. I think we're going to fill up probably. We're stuck on the inside, which stinks because we're limited. They have a whole outside section, but there's something going on. There's another event going on in that outside section, but inside, full sound, everything going on. But let us know. You'll see if you go to that. There's already a bunch of people that have RSVP'd, and I think we'll probably get about triple or quadruple that amount. So definitely get in there. And then, of course, go get yourself a shirt. Freeze the Bay outdoor game happening. The first time we've put shirts up on for sale or anything like that. On the back of them, I know a lot of you guys have just seen that front design. On the back is that patch design with our logo. So rep us. We want you guys to wear them. I don't know if I've mentioned this. We don't make any money off of this. We just want people to see the cool design and people to see our podcast. I met somebody today who I knew, but they didn't even know that I did a Lightning podcast, and he's a huge Lightning fan. So there's so many fans out there that just don't know that we exist, and the show is not about us. It's about us as a whole, as Lightning fans. So the more the merrier. Also, next week, Thomas will be out, but I will still be going live, and we will have a guest, maybe just a guest host. I have not confirmed she'll do the whole thing, but Paris is going to join me next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Paris, if you don't remember her, you'll have to go follow her on TikTok. She's on X2 and the other platforms. She's got the Baller Lightning jersey collection. So we really want her to come on and talk about the new Bolts jersey, which we'll obviously know what that looks like by next week. Are we missing anything else?
Yes, I'm announcing it here first before we put, if you're a part of Thunderbolts, December 21st is our Christmas party, and it will be again on Harbor Island. I will be making the event tonight. It's from 2 to 6 p.m. We have not picked the charity yet, but there is going to be several things up to bid on, so we can raise money for a charity. Also, it's a fun time. So come out on the 21st if you can if you're in Thunderbolts, come and check it out.
Right on. All right. Well, keep an eye out. Make sure you follow us if you want to see my instant reaction. Hopefully tomorrow at some point when these jerseys come out, I will go live on our accounts and let you know what I think of it. So keep an eye out. Put that little notification bell on so you know when we go live, because sometimes we do go a little rogue for special announcements and stuff like that. Until next week, this has been We the Thunder. Don't forget to be the Thunder.
That's it? Yo. Yo, welcome to the Ice Palace. Welcome to the Ice Palace. The Ice Palace. Ice Palace. Ice Palace. Bill's house. Tampa, stand up. Yo, welcome to the Ice Palace, chilling where the storm's at. Phil dropped the blueprint. Boom. Now the Bulls flash. Bradley with the wrist shot. Pooper with the pad smash. Tampa got the thunder, better run when the lights crash.
Hey, Ice Palace, yeah, we keep it